Hi and welcome. This is your teacher for today, and welcome to another video on the course Sustainable Logistics in Healthcare Organizations. In this session, we will explore waste management as a means to recover valuable resources and create more sustainable systems. The shift to circular economy oftentimes starts with how waste is handled, and since waste is a big issue in healthcare, it is natural to look at what this can mean daily for healthcare workers. It can also be beneficial to know a thing or two about the different processes and supply chains that waste are a part of. Sustainable waste management and reverse logistics in healthcare. Some practical steps for healthcare workers to handle waste responsibly. The focus will be on how healthcare workers like Julie and Peter can handle general waste and a bit about infectious waste. Improper waste handling harms the environment and increases costs. Healthcare facilities generate various types of waste that require proper handling. Sorting waste protects the environment, enhances safety, and complies with laws. Improper waste handling in healthcare facilities not only harms the environment but also increases operational costs. With various types of wastes generated daily, proper sorting and management are essential to protect the environment, ensure safety for staff and patients, and comply with legal requirements. For example, when disposing of sharp objects like needles in the wrong container or batteries in the wrong container, it poses a risk of injury and contamination to others handling waste. If batteries are thrown in the wrong bin, or let's say left behind in a textile used by a nurse or doctor or healthcare worker, they can leak harmful chemicals into the environment, contaminating soil and water. Additionally, improperly disposed batteries can pose fire risks during waste processing and disrupt recycling efforts by contaminating recyclable materials. Waste is not just a problem, it can also be part of the solution in a circular economy. Good waste management is critical to ensure that resources remain in the cycle for as long as possible. Effective waste management is a key to recover valuable materials and reintegrating them into the production cycle, ensuring that resources are reused rather than discarded. For instance, proper sorting and recycling of waste like metals, plastics, and glass allows these materials to be processed and repurposed into new products, reducing the need for virgin resources. Additionally, managing organic waste through composting or energy recovery supports a more sustainable system. By treating waste as a resource, healthcare facilities and other organizations can play a crucial role in keeping materials in the loop and minimizing environmental impact. Participating in the circular economy often starts with waste sorting at the source. Residual waste is often the culprit. Participating in the circular economy often begins with proper waste sorting, as this is a foundation for effective resource recovery. When waste is not sorted correctly, valuable materials that could have been recycled or reused end up mixed with residual waste, making them difficult or impossible to recover. Residual waste often becomes the primary culprit, as it contaminates recyclable materials and increases the volume of waste sent to incineration or landfills. By emphasizing accurate sorting at the point of disposal, healthcare organizations can ensure that resources remain in circulation and support a sustainable circular system. There are a lot of reasons why proper waste management and sorting are important, but 4 key reasons can be regulatory requirements, external environment, health and workplace environment, and economics. Regulations for waste sorting are becoming increasingly strict. Proper waste sorting is necessary to comply with legal regulations governing the disposal of hazardous and general waste in healthcare. For example, improperly disposing of medical sharps in a general waste bin can lead to severe legal penalties and endanger waste management workers. The extraction of new materials impacts our external environment. Effective waste management reduces the environmental impact of healthcare facilities by minimizing pollution and conserving resources. For instance, segregating plastics and recycling them ensures they don't end up in landfills or oceans, protecting wildlife and ecosystems. Incorrect sorting affects health and workplace environments in various parts of the supply chain. Batteries can pose a fire hazard at the healthcare facility, in the waste storage room, in the waste collection truck, or at the waste facility. Proper sorting prevents hazardous materials from contaminating the workplace, ensuring a safer environment for staff and patients. For example, segregating infectious waste into designated biohazard bins reduces the risk of cross-contamination and disease spread. Healthcare facilities face significant costs related to waste management, and proper waste sorting can lead to substantial savings. Efficient waste sorting lowers disposal costs by reducing the volume of general and hazardous waste while enabling resource recovery. For example, recycling paper and cardboard reduces overall waste disposal expenses and may even generate revenue for the facility. A healthcare worker can utilize the waste pyramid by prioritizing waste prevention through mindful use of resources, reusing materials like washable linens, and ensuring proper recycling and disposal to minimize the environmental and financial impact of waste. Focusing on waste prevention is the top priority. This starts with mindful use of resources, such as using only the necessary amount of consumables like gloves or packaging materials to avoid overuse and unnecessary waste. The next step involves prioritizing reuse wherever possible, for example, by using washable linens, reusable gowns, or durable medical equipment that can be cleaned and sterilized for repeated use, instead of opting for the easier disposable alternatives. Finally, proper recycling and disposal of unavoidable waste ensures that materials like plastics, paper, and metals are diverted from landfills and repurposed into new products. By following these steps, healthcare workers can not only reduce the environmental footprint of their daily operations, but also contribute to significant cost savings for the organization. Now, what about the waste and which types of waste occur? We will look at general waste and infectious waste. Food waste is regulated by the regulations which requires source sorting and material recycling for all businesses generating household-like waste. Food waste is organically biodegradable. A good rule of thumb is if it can be eaten, it can be sorted as food waste. We want wet organic food waste, and we don't want plastic, metal, glass, textiles, wood, soil, sand and gravel, diapers, and residual waste. What happens with the food waste? Collection of food waste, then sorting, transportation to biogas facilities, biofertilizer biogas, or composting. Cardboard and paper. All companies that produce or import goods with more than 1,000 kilograms of packaging must be members of an approved recycling company. The regulation aims to ensure that everyone takes responsibility for the packaging they put on the market. Cardboard is packaging used for wrapping everything from furniture to food items. Paper includes everything from newspapers to magazines and writing paper. Producing 1 ton of paper using recycled materials saves 17 trees and reduces CO2 emissions by 38% compared to paper made from wood. You want cardboard, paper, corrugated cardboard, cartons, office paper, newspapers, and magazines. You don't want wet and soiled cardboard, moisture-resistant paper, or other waste. With cardboard and paper, starts with collection, sorting. Cardboard is then compressed, and the end product is used in the production of new cardboard. Plastic packaging is the plastic used to wrap food items and other products. Plastic packaging is ready for sorting when it is free of residues. By recycling 1 kilogram of plastic packaging, we save approximately 2.6 kilogram of CO2 compared to producing plastic from new oil. This is equivalent to 13 kilometers of driving with a gasoline car. You want clean and empty plastic bottles, jugs, cups, bags, packaging, and film. You don't want soiled plastic, toys, rubber, ropes, strings, and other waste. The plastic is collected, sorted, shredded, and washed. It then becomes granulate, and at the end products is used in production of new plastic. Glass and metal packaging consist of clear or colored bottle glass or other glass packaging with or without metal. Glass and metal packaging can be recycled indefinitely and are among the most environmentally friendly materials available. Jars, glass bottles, other food packaging made of glass, tin cans, metal lids and metal caps, soft metal cans, beer and soda cans, and tea light cups. You don't want crystal, leaded glass, ceramics and porcelain, heat-resistant glass, plastic, gravel, soil, and other types of wastes. And what happens with the glass and metal waste? You collect glass and metal packaging. It then gets sorted, optical sorting and processing for further use, material recycling, and new products. Residual waste. Residual waste, also called mixed waste, consists of various types of waste that are not suitable for recycling or need to be sorted before recycling. Residual waste is converted into electricity and heat used in homes and commercial buildings. A single bin of residual waste contains enough energy to power a laptop for 128 hours. You want different types of waste that are not suitable for recycling. You don't want electrical waste, hazardous waste, soil and rubble, garden waste, anything else that can be sorted into other recycling solutions. And what happens with residual waste? It gets collected, rough sorting, where wood, plastic film, cardboard, and metal are sent for material recycling and the production of new products. The remaining waste is shredded and finally sorted, with metals being sent for material recycling and new products, while the residual waste is used for energy recovery, such as district heating. Now, infectious waste are a bit different. Infectious waste are waste directly contaminated with secretions, pus, from patients with severe infections. It can be sharps wastes, tissue fragments, organs, blood and blood products, as well as bloody bandages. Waste from airborne infection isolation units. Pathological waste is separated from infectious waste. A rule of thumb regarding infectious waste: if you are unsure whether the waste is infectious, it should be classified as infectious. And how is infectious waste from healthcare facilities handled? There are separate packaging systems for infectious waste. They are transported with an ADR certified vehicle. There are dedicated routes for infectious waste directly to incineration. Do you know who the safety advisor is in your healthcare organization? Knowing who the safety advisor is in your healthcare organization is crucial, particularly when it comes to managing infectious waste. Infectious waste poses serious health risks to both staff and patients if not handled correctly, as it can spread diseases and contaminate the environment. The safety advisor plays a key role in ensuring that proper protocols for waste segregation, storage, and disposal are followed. They provide training, conduct risk assessment, and ensure compliance with regulations, all of which are critical to maintaining a safe and healthy workplace. By knowing and collaborating with the safety advisor, healthcare workers can help prevent accidents, protect public health, and reduce the organization's environmental impact. Now, what happens with the waste afterwards? For a healthcare worker, understanding what happens to waste after it leaves the hospital or nursing home can provide valuable insights into how their actions, such as proper sorting and disposal, contribute to reducing environmental impact, supporting recycling efforts, and ensuring compliance with waste management regulations. Let's take a look at the value chain down the line from the nursing home's perspective. A waste facility is a well-oiled machine, and its core process depends on efficient logistics. Weigh-in, reception control, production, storage, loading, and weigh-out. These are some of the processes that a waste facility consists of. What happens to cardboard and paper at the recycling facility? At the recycling plant, collected cardboard, paper, and carton are shredded into small pieces. The paper is mixed with water to form a slurry. Plastic and aluminum packaging, caps and tape are removed and their energy content utilized at the incineration plant. The paper pulp is pressed to remove water. It is then dried and rolled onto large rolls. The rolls are sent to producers of paper products. Recycled paper is turned into new paper products such as newspapers, writing paper, notebooks, toilet paper, and pizza boxes. What then happens to food waste at the recycling facility? At the recycling plant, food waste is shredded. Non-organic materials, such as plastic, are removed and their energy content is utilized at the incineration plant. If the food waste is to be turned into biogas and biofertilizer, livestock manure is added and the mixture is placed in closed tanks. Food waste that is to be composted is supplied with air and moisture so that microorganisms can break down the waste. It can take 6 to 8 weeks to produce composted soil. What happens to glass packaging at the recycling facility? At the recycling plant, glass and metal are sorted separately. Magnets separate steel and aluminum, which are sent for metal recycling. Glass packaging is further processed by being crushed and optically sorted by color. The raw material from the glass packaging is melted down into new glass packaging or used to make insulation for houses or insulating materials for road construction and building blocks. What happens to metal packaging at a recycling facility? Glass and metal packaging are collected together at the facility. Strong magnets separate the metal packaging from the glass packaging. A magnet removes steel from tin cans. Steel and aluminum are sent to separate containers where they are shredded and melted down. Glass fragments, paper, and other unwanted materials are removed. After sorting, aluminum and steel are sold as raw materials on the global market and are turned into new products made of steel and aluminum. What happens to plastic packaging at the recycling facility? Plastic packaging consists of many different types of plastic. At a sorting facility, the packaging is sorted according to the type of plastic it is made of. After sorting, the plastic packaging is melted down into granules. The granules are sold to manufacturers who produce plastic products. Plastic packaging can be recycled into many useful items, such as shopping bags, plastic hangers, flower pots, and garbage bins. And finally, what happens to residual waste at the recycling facility? Residual waste is what remains after everything that can be recycled has been sorted out. Residual waste is sent to incineration plants that produce energy. At the plant, the residual waste is burned. The hot flue gases from the incinerator are filtered for soot particles and heavy metals and cooled into steam. The steam is used to produce electricity and heat. The energy from residual waste is used for district heating for homes and industrial production. By replacing fossil fuels with energy derived from residual waste, we reduce CO2 emissions and the use of non-renewable resources. Where the raw material is sent depends on a variety of factors. Some go to material recycling, some go to energy recovery, and some go to a landfill. Items like clean plastic packaging, cardboard boxes from medical supplies, or glass medicine vials are sorted and sent for material recycling. These materials are processed and turned into new products like plastic containers, paper, or new glass items. Energy recovery. Non-recyclable waste such as used gloves, contaminated paper, towels, or certain types of plastic packaging is often sent to energy recovery facilities. Here, the waste is incinerated to produce electricity or heat, which can be used to power homes or district heating systems. Waste that cannot be recycled or recovered, such as heavily contaminated materials or mixed residual waste, is sent to landfills. For example, old disposable medical items like worn-out plastic bedpans or certain non-recyclable single-use items may end up here. This is the least preferred option due to its environmental impact, but it's sometimes unavoidable. Now, why should healthcare workers understand a bit about waste management and the processes regarding all this waste? Proper waste handling protects staff, patients, and the environment while ensuring compliance with strict healthcare regulations for infectious and hazardous waste. By understanding how waste is managed, helps healthcare workers contribute to recycling and energy recovery efforts, reducing the environmental footprint of nursing homes and hospitals. It can reduce costs. Effective sorting and waste reduction can lower waste management costs, freeing up resources for other critical areas of patient care. Knowing where waste goes and how to handle it minimizes errors and confusion, creating, hopefully, improved workflow efficiency and safer workplace. And finally, to be a change agent. By setting an example in waste management practices, healthcare workers inspire colleagues to adopt sustainable habits and make a positive impact on the organization's overall waste reduction efforts. Now, this was a bit about waste management and the different supply chains and logistics, about what happens with the waste after it leaves a nursing home or a hospital. Effective waste management is more than just a responsibility. It is an opportunity to protect the environment, improve safety, reduce costs, and contribute to a more sustainable future in healthcare. Be sure to check out the other videos in the series. Thanks for watching.